Hello and welcome to another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. In each episode, we take a look at a movie that is featured on Disney+. On this episode, we are going back into our series looking at the Planet of the Apes films as we take a look at Escape from the Planet of the Apes. And if you are enjoying these videos, I do ask that you please hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified with each new episode. But for now, sit back and enjoy this episode of Disney Movie Investigation. So like I said, today we are covering Escape from Planet of the Apes. This movie was released on May 26th of 1971. It was directed by Don Taylor. The screenplay was by Paul Dennen, and it was through AP Jack Productions, and it was distributed by 20th Century Fox. The budget for this movie was $2 million, and it had a box office return of $12.3 million. But let's take a look at the production. So initially, audience thought that Beneath the Planet of the Apes was the end of the story. However, 20th Century Fox still wanted another sequel. Producer Arthur P. Jacobs would send screenwriter Paul Dennen a telegram stating, "Apes still exists, sequel required." Dennen decided to create a story around Cornelius and Zyra going back in time with a Da Vinci-type ape by fixing Taylor's spaceship. Dennen would also collaborate with original author Pierre Boulle to include some of his elements into the script. The original title of this movie was Secret of the Planet of the Apes and would accommodate a smaller budget by having less actors in ape makeup. The film was rushed and completed in 6 weeks. Kim Hunter would go on to say that she and McDowell got the sense of isolation being the only two actors in ape makeup. So in terms of the cast, we have Roddy McDowell, who returns to play Cornelius. Kim Hunter, who plays Zara. Bradford Dillman plays Dr. Lewis Dixon. Natalie Trindy plays Dr. Stephanie Branton. Eric Braden plays Dr. Otto Haslin. And William Wyndham plays the President of the United States. In terms of the plot, Cornelius and Zyra are the Cimmerian ape couple from the first two ape films, and they flee from their doomed planet after the events in Beneath the Planet of the Apes in the same spaceship used by Taylor in the first film, and travel back through the same space-time portal and land on the 20th century Earth, where they receive fascination and fear from the people that they meet. So in terms of a bit of trivia, this movie was also adopted into a comic book miniseries with crossover from the Star Trek universe, and it was released to serve as a bridge between the second Planet of the Apes film and the third Planet of the Apes films. And this was released from way ahead, like it was like way after the movie. So it was released actually in December 2014 to April of 2015. So it was kind of like a afterthought. In terms of recommending this movie, you can definitely tell that this movie was rushed and put within 6 weeks of filming, as the movie is really weird and it struggles to find its identity. It seems like there's three different ideas all competing with each other, because the first part of the movie focuses on the science fiction aspect with how the apes got to the Earth, and but then with little reason or any transition, it switches to almost a sitcom type comedy as they're trying to get the apes to fit into society. So you almost have that like GG type comedy where like you have Zyra intermingling with inner society, and Cornelius is like hanging out with the guys and like smoking cigars and stuff like that. So it's such a tone shift from the first part of the movie. And then it switches again in the last half of the movie where it becomes almost like a runaway chase type thing as Zyra becomes pregnant, and it switches again to a man on the run type movie where they're after Zyra and Cornelius after a mishap. McDowell definitely stands out. His comedy is really spot on, and he does his best with a lackluster script. But overall, I think this is one of the sequels that I would skip, as it's one of the weakest out of all of them so far. So there's not a lot to this movie. I think it was one just that Fox was just trying to get out there to capitalize on the success of Planet of the Apes. I think there are far better ones, and the first one definitely so far stands out as the one of the best. So thank you so much for joining us here on Disney Movie Investigation. I would invite anyone to leave a comment below on what they think of Escape from the Planet of the Apes. Again, be interested to hear what people think. So as we look forward to our next video, we're going to take a look at an animated movie in the Marvel Universe as we take a look at Avengers, Confidential, Black Widow, and Punisher. So until next time, I hope you have a magical day, and we will see you real soon.